So I'm riding, huge toy collecting movies, good or bad or getting legends, restorations or memories.
Hello everyone, it's Already here and welcome to another video. And as you know, I've got myself a massive Titan over there. I've got myself a Scorponok. Now, there's loads and loads of reviews out there for this figure. So I thought I'd try and do something a little bit different. So I've actually dug my Fortress Maximus down off the back shelf. And I thought we'd do a bit of a versus video. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at all the alt modes and compare them to each other and give them a score. Look at the Titan Masters, look at the Headmasters, look at the design, look at the overall articulation. And then I'm going to tell you which one wins the battle. I thought it would be a bit of fun. This video is probably going to be filmed over a couple of days because there's lots of bits to do. And also, please be aware that I'll be filming parts of it on my phone and parts of it on my iPad. So there might be a little bit of shaky cam here and there, just as a disclosure. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and here we go. So let's start off with Scorponok here. And this is him in his city mode. You can see Lord Zarak just chilling there on the front. Quite a cool figure. And it's exactly what you expect it to be. It really does remind me of the G1 base mode. It's got some subtle differences. But I actually really like it. The official transformation has the legs sticking out like so. The scorpion claws are hidden by these false towers made up of the arm cannons and the shield pieces. And you've got the claw, or the main part of the shield, which does kind of look like a head or a face, doesn't it? You've got loads of ramps, so you can run your minicons, not minicons, what they're called, not Titan Masters, Micromasters, whatever we call them these days. Up on these, and I think it works really well. I think it works really well. It does exactly what it's meant to. It's pretty solid in this mode, and I really like it. And here's Fort Max, so you can see Cog chilling out here. I know he doesn't come with Fort Max, but he should come with Fort Max. He's a part of Fort Max, isn't he? Here he's in his official main base mode. So you can see size comparison wise, next to Scorponok, he's a little bit wider, and a little bit more chunky. Now, I know this guy's been out since, what, 2017, I think it was, and he does feel a little bit more hollow. You can see his hands just sticking out here, not as well hidden as Scorponok. Now, the one thing I'm not sure I like, and I'll be honest with you, this is the first time I've actually transformed this, because I wasn't a fan of the actual base modes, is that this is actually Cerebros plugged in there. So there's like a gap, you can have these pieces up. But without Cerebros in there, it looks like it's missing something. And I think the whole point of having this base mode is that you can have Cerebros separate. So I think that's a little bit odd. It's got some cool cannons at the back. But for me, I think the winner in base mode is Scorponok. I just think it holds together better. And I think I don't know, I just think this looks a little bit of a mess, if I'm honest. It doesn't look like it's G1 representation with the big towers up the back. And I think there is a fan mode where you can shift stuff about and all of that. But yeah, that's kind of the fan mode. I really don't think it works. So, you know what? I stand by my original decision. Scorponok is the winner in this mode. So, here they both are in their, I'd say their primary secondary modes. So, this is the thing we really want to see. You've got Scorponok here, and as we'll talk about in robot mode, he's got articulated claws. He's got articulated legs. He does roll. Which is nice, although it's a shame that the legs don't walk like the original one did. You've got his stinger at the back, which is great. You can use the blast effects on there that come with it. There you go, as if by magic with the power of editing, we have blast effects on the Stinger. It's really cool, really cool. The shield accessory actually goes onto the back of it, so it clips in there like so. It's a cool thing, right? It's a really, really cool thing. It's great in Scorpion mode. And is one of the few Titans I'd actually be tempted to display him in this mode. Unlike Fort Max, and I think this is okay as for play factor and everything like that. I think Scorponok here for display factor is absolutely stunning. Now, the other part is that both of these modes incorporate the Headmaster within this mode. So again, Cerebros is plugged in here to be kind of like a tower. But Zarak is actually the head in this. Unlike the original toy that had a head outer shell where you could use the Headmaster independently in Scorpion mode, this is incorporated. There's a little bit of hollowness at the back, you can see in the Stinger. But all in all, I think this thing is bloody beautiful. And in this round, I'm going to have to give it to Scorponok again. So at the moment, it is 2-0 to Mr. Claus over here. As promised, here's a little bit of floor time for us. So you'll notice a couple of Titans behind me missing the noggins, and that's because they're down here, and there is a very good reason for that. And the first reason is we're going to discuss gimmicks. So I think the only real gimmick that we get, apart from the Headmaster gimmick, is blast effects from a Scorponok point of view. So these are a cool little accessory. You only get the one in this set. It's only really portable for like a blast in... it does fit in the ends here, but you need more than one of them. It can fit in the Scorpion, which looks fine, but we could have done with probably 4 of these in the set, not just the one. Now we do get another accessory for Scorponok, apart from these guns and the blast effect, and that is his shield made up of various base parts, which is pretty cool. Now, with poor Fortress Maximus here, we get no real accessories. We get no sword, no gun, no blast effects part, but we do get one extra piece, and that is lights and sounds. Something that has really been missing from recent Transformer figures, especially the Titans. I think this is the only Titan to have lights and sounds like that. So that is cool. So when it comes to comparison, I think this time round, Fortress Maximus has the win. So let's move on to the Titan Masters, and let's start with Lord Zarak here. And some nice bit of sculpting, pretty plain chest, and the only bit of paint we've really got is this red eye visor, and it's not painted too cleanly on mine. There's nothing else paint-wise on there, just flat plastic colours of almost like a beige and a purple. The robot mode head is pretty nice, but for the Titan Master himself, it's pretty plain. But when we have a look at Spike here, not only have we got more molded detail, look at that face sculpt. That face sculpt is absolutely stunning for something so small, and it's even got his eyes painted. Multiple different colours. You've got your greys, your blues, and your almost like bluey grey colour. And I think it looks more like the cartoon version than this guy. However, of course, in the cartoon, I think Spike had a grey face. But nevertheless, I think this is painted nicely. I think the sculpt's better on it. So when it comes to the Titan Master, I'm giving it to Fortress Maximus. So now we have the scores at 2-2. And here they are, finally in robot mode. These guys look absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Size comparison wise, you can see that Fort Max is fractionally taller than Scorponok. However, I think that works. It's not looking out of scale for me. I think it really works. And what what we're going to look at here is the aesthetic for me. We're going to have a look at the overall design of the figure. So I think this head sculpt is absolutely stunning. I think it's great. I think it's really cool that we have, and I'll try and show it here. There you are. There is some robot eyes under that visor, which is pretty cool. I like the proportions. I like the fact that Scorponok's arms are really, really big. And I think the design is exactly what I want in a Transformers toy. And that is cartoon accuracy with a mix of the G1 toy. And I get both feelings from this. I get the feeling of the G1 toy, which is actually sitting over there. There he is. There's my G1 toy. But I get the feeling that of both the toy and the show, I think the head sculpt is stunning. I think I like the combination of the cartoon design with all of this detailing in there. Love the big Decepticon logo, absolutely stunning. Yeah, and I think the design is perfect on this guy. So here is Fort Max, and I think his design aesthetics suffer because of his age. He is based on the first Titan, which was Metroplex, and this has got to be, what, at least 4 years old now, 2016, maybe 2015. I might have the dates wrong, let me know in the comments below. But I think that the design suffers for that, because back in the Titans Return days, where this was from, we were trying halfway between a Generation 1 look and an IDW look. And I think this is somewhere halfway in between, really. I think it works, don't we, wrong, it's great. I think that the tapographs on here and the paint details really outdo the stickers on here. Can you imagine if that was a tapographed autograph logo instead of a sticker that I had to put on? All of that kind of stuff. So even though I like him and I like his proportions, I think the winner of this one goes to Scorponok for overall design. So next up for comparison is the actual Headmaster robots themselves. Not the Titan Masters, but the Headmasters. And we've got Lord Zarak here for Scorponok, and we've got Cerebros here for Fort Max. So start off with Lord Zarak this time. It's a decent enough figure, and it really does remind me of the original Headmaster that came with Scorponok. That kind of design. It's a pretty cool figure. Although quite simple, not a lot of detail on there. Absolutely zero paint, apart from, well, on the head itself and also on Scorponok's head at the back. Articulation-wise, arms can do a full 360. There you have a double hinge at the elbow, nothing at the wrists. Waist articulation, legs can go that far forward and that far back. Bend at the knee, and do you get a rocker? You get an ankle rocker. So a decent enough looking figure. Not a fan of the Scorponok ears sticking here, but I can live with it. When it comes to Cerebros, start off with articulation. Obviously head can do a full 360 on both of these. Arms can do a full 360. A single ball joint here. No waist articulation. You can see all the lights and sounds are in this one. You get a bend at the knee, and you can go out that far, forward that far. No ankle rockers. So when it comes to articulation wise, this guy is absolutely better. But I think for me, due to the fact that Cerebros is such a bizarre character. I mean, he turns into a computer, for God's sake, when he takes his head off. I really like this figure. I think this triggers more of the nostalgic Generation 1, the rebirth, nostalgia feelings than this guy does. I think the head sculpt is absolutely stunning. I mean, this isn't bad. It's not a bad head, but this one absolutely nails it. You've got some beautiful silver paint. And even though the articulation isn't there on this guy, I don't think it matters. You've got the gimmick built in here where you press the head. And this... amazing. So cool. So for me, the winner of this round, it goes to Cerebro, so therefore to Fort Max. And I believe that puts us at 3-3. So we're back on the floor for this final part, and we're going to try and have a look at some articulation. So we'll start off with Scorponok here. So we have a head rotation. They can do a full 360, but you also get a down on it, which is pretty cool. Arms can do a full 360 with a little bit of manoeuvring, which is, well, actually they can't do a full 360. Oh yes, they can. A little bit of manoeuvring, they can do a full 360. There's no swivel at the upper arm, but there is one at the wrist. This can go up and down like so, and he's just lost his shield. The claws are individually articulated, which is pretty cool. You get a waist swivel. Legs can go out to there and forward like so. You get a bend at the knee, they can kick himself in the bum, and you get an ankle rocker. So everything that you need really for a figure this size. When it comes to Fortress Maximus, you get a head rotation, you get a wrist rotation, you have a bend at the elbow, and an arm which can do a full 360. You get individual finger articulation, you get a swivel, legs can go all the way out, all the way forward, and all the way back. And you get a bend at the knee as well, and you get nothing in the feet. Now, that was hard work with him. One thing I will say about Fort Max is he is not built the best. Whereas if you compare that to Scorponok, he's more of a solid figure. I don't know, when you film an entire section and Fort Max has been swearing all the way through it, I don't know. So this section, it's articulation and build quality really. And for me, there's only one winner. It's Scorponok. He's absolutely stunning. And here is my G1 Scorponok. The figure that I picked up from a car boot sale when I was a kid at the school that my son starts at in September. How weird is that? He's really dusty, he needs a bit of a clean. He's not complete, and I picked him up that day for £2 English without his head. I managed to acquire his head years later from a school friend. I swapped a load of Mantiforts to get it. But you can see him with the new generations version. Absolutely stunning to see together. Absolutely stunning. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's been a bit different. I know it's been shot over a couple of days. I know that there's been reviews put out there, but I really wanted to try and do something a little bit different. And I really wanted to spend some time with Fort Max as well, because he's been up on my display, sitting on one of these shelves for God knows how long. Yeah. Scorponok, Fort Max, all of these Titans are amazing, amazing toys. And aren't we absolutely blessed to be living in a time when these can happen? These toys, these representations of a cartoon, what, 35 years ago nearly, are here today, and we can buy them allegedly in mass retail. These will be arriving in Smiths sooner rather than later. And I'm over the moon with him. I think, to be honest with you, he's up there with my favourite Titan. Up until today, I think Omega Supreme was probably my favourite. Well, up until I had Scorponok anyway. I think it's close between the two. I think as the Titans have gone on, they've just got better and better. If you were to put me on the spot and you asked me what Titans I put in order, this is a bit of a bonus for you, but there we go. Out of all the Titans I've got, I would go Fort Max in last place, I would then go Triptychon, Predaking, Devi, and then between, of course, Omega Supreme and Scorponok down there. Still haven't got that Metroplex. Maybe I'll get him one day. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Until next time, I've been Zort Rider. This has been Scorponok. That's been an older Scorponok. That's been Fort Max. And I still haven't got a G11, so I can't talk about him. Until next time, I've been Zort Rider, and I'll catch you again soon.